Welcome to Glam Chats. I have a question for you. Have you guys joined a team and worked at an independent salon where there were big promises but no delivery for multiple reasons? Have you been frustrated with actually trying to find your independence while working at an independent salon? Or on the other hand, felt like you were literally floating on a tiny boat in the ocean alone? Well, I've been there. I've done both, and we created bex+co to be something different. But first, I want to talk about why independent salons sometimes fall short of their promises. I want to start by saying this is my opinion. And if you work for an independent salon that is absolutely fabulous, then they are doing it right. So this is not to insult every other independent salon but us. It's not to say that our way is better than others. What I'm saying is if you are someone who has not found the right place to run your business or has been victim of a salon that doesn't follow through with its promises, then this is for you. Okay. So, first, I want to talk about independent salons that claim to be independent. There's a new culture of collective salons. They're great. I love a collective salon. Bex+co is essentially a collective salon, but in a few ways that are different. I love to call us a shared workspace salon instead of a collective. What you'll find a lot of times in collective salon is you're independent and that you get to make your own schedule mostly, unless they have certain hours. So you can make your own schedule, but we're closed on Monday. And you can make your own schedule, but somebody has to be here to lock the door and to let you in. And they don't get here until 9 and they leave at 6 every day. So essentially, you can make your own schedule, but really you can't because you don't have a key to the door. Or another common thing in a collective salon is it's a $500 booth rent per week. However, you also owe a cleaning fee and you have to use our color line. And we're very specific about the color line that you use. And you have to pay us for our color line. But there's a markup on all the products. So not only are we making money off your rent, we're also making money off the color that we sell to you. But you're not allowed to buy color anywhere else. And you have to use the color that we say you have to use. Well, for me, that's not really a business owner. I still feel like I work for someone, even if they're not giving me a paycheck and paying my taxes. The next thing I've seen is you're independent. However, we have a receptionist, and the receptionist is going to book all of your appointments and collect all of your payments. Yikes. One of the cool things about being independent is being able to curate your book perfectly for you so that when you're working, you can be super efficient. You can take breaks, you can have lunch, you can put two clients together that you know are going to be smooth appointments, maybe double book because you know that they're easy or quick, or maybe do a haircut in 30 minutes because it's super fine hair and you're the one booking the appointment. You know the client, so you can do those things. So if someone else is booking your appointments, you kind of give away the ability to make your books run smoothly. The other thing that I've seen in collective salons or independent salons is that you're a 1099 contractor and they collect all the money for you through their credit card processing. They charge you a 3% fee and then they still pay you biweekly as a contract. That's not independent. If somebody is collecting all of your money, in charge of those charges, and then paying you later as a contractor, you're not really a business owner, you're a contractor, and it's a little bit different. Not to take away that title of business owner or that contractors aren't business owners, but when I say business owner, I mean business owner. I mean, you schedule your appointments, you collect your money, you have any type of collection software you want to use. So if you like Square, use Square. If you like Bagaro, use Bagaro. You don't have to report your income to anyone other than to let the boss know how well you're doing. You don't owe them a commission over a certain amount of money that you make. Your booth rent doesn't go up because the amount of money you're making goes up. These are all things I've seen. I've also seen rental salons require that you sell a certain amount of products, their commission products. Again, salon owners love commission sales. It's great. However, if there's a requirement on the amount of commission sales you make, you're not really independent. And then lastly, one of the big things I see is mandatory education sessions or meetings. Listen, I love education. I love providing education. I love meetings. However, if you are required to be there and it is mandatory, aside from, a meeting that's really essential to the running of a salon, if there's like a every 2-week meeting and you have to attend for 2 hours, it's not really a business owner. Like, you should be offered the option to attend. I think you should attend. I think it's important to attend. But whenever people start requiring that you be in a place during certain hours, then it really takes away your autonomy and your ability to feel in control. And I think that these are all really important to recognize. At bex+co, what we try to do differently is I want to give you tools to be successful. I want to support you through your journey. I want to be there every step of the way. But if you don't need me or you don't want me, I want to step aside and I want to let you own your business. And that's really big for me. So, on one hand, if you need me, I love to help. But what I found that bothered me more than anything is a really intrusive salon owner or salon team that was very frequently creating rules, requiring me to attend meetings, telling me I couldn't work during certain hours, um, telling me required schedules or that I had to take clients, or that it was required that I paid certain fees like credit card processing fees or cleaning fees. I really want to make everything all inclusive. So when I tell you your weekly price, it's your weekly price. We are all inclusive. We include everything we say we're going to include. We don't, unless you want more cleanings or you want something in addition, there's no additional fees. That's just what it is. And we provide everything we can on that budget. And we're really good at it. We have 7 locations and we've been doing it for a long time. But my point is, we want you to feel like you're part of the team. We want you to feel supported, and that's super important to us, but we don't wanna overstep. I wanna be your landlord, I wanna be your mentor, but I don't wanna be your boss, and that's always how I felt about things, and I never wanted a boss. That's why I never worked out well in a commission salon no matter how many times I tried, is I learned that I work well for myself. I'm a better boss than anybody can be to me. I'm really generous, and I let myself take vacations and I give myself really good hours and I pay myself really well and I only want to work for me. And I feel like you probably feel the same way. So that's really big for me. Now, I also want to address the other end of the spectrum. And I want to be gentle about this because I know that some people love to be in suites and they actually love the feeling of not having a lot of people around. They're overstimulated really easily. And I think that's great for them. I love that for them. For me personally, I like to feel like I'm working with a team. I sometimes feel a little bit isolated or lonely when I'm in a suite and I kind of feel like I'm all alone. So if I need help or education, I feel like I had to seek it out on my own. And I've worked in suites quite a bit. I also feel like you have so little control over what's going on in the rooms around you. Like, I've worked in suites. Also, if this is you, again, this is why you chose a suite, is so that you can show your unique personality. But I've worked in suites where one person on one side of me had a Harry Potter themed room and the other person had red and zebra. And when you put all those things together and you walked through, it just, for me, didn't feel aesthetically pleasing. And I like a very consistent, aesthetically pleasing space as much as we can do it. So I also feel like in suite rentals, aside from the isolation, it's a huge startup. If you want your suite to be beautiful, you're generally going to have to spend some money. You're going to have to buy some things, your decorations, your fridge, your coffee maker. Some places you even have to buy like your chair, your mirror, your cabinets. And I find that if you're not ready to really jump into something expensive, I love the idea that at bex+co, and even there's other collective salons that are like this, you walk in and everything's provided for you except your color and your equipment. So aside from the color you need for that week, you basically can walk in, you can start working and you can start making money and then you can start buying supplies as needed, but it's a very low startup, especially when it's 1 week free. You can walk in, you don't even have to pay that first week's rent. You come in with just the color you need for the week and your equipment you already own, and it's basically, depending on if you have color or not, it's basically free to get started and you get to collect some money before you owe rent or have to go out and buy a whole bunch of supplies. So that was something that was very intentional of me whenever I opened the space, is some people dodge going independent because the initial startup cost, and they're already working commission where they've hit a ceiling. So the commission salon is really only meeting their needs as far as income. So to save up enough money to decorate and open and buy retail for a salon suite just doesn't work. And so that's why we exist. I also personally have always loved to have the support of a team. I like to go into the break room while my client's processing or while I mix color. I love to bounce ideas off other stylists just in case I need help or if I'm in an emergency or I just messed up. I love it if a client's not being especially kind to kind of go back there and say, "Hey, I've heard this client do this. What do you think? I mean, give me your opinion." And we have so many uniquely talented, educated stylists that you're going to continue to grow and learn even once you're in this space. And then the last thing that a lot of salons fall short on, both suite rental and collective, is they tell you they're going to give you client. Or they don't tell you that, but you're not completely full, or some of your regulars don't follow you for whatever reason because they like a different experience, and you're having to regrow your business 100% on your own. Believe me, you can do it. I've built a clientele from the ground up all on my own. But isn't it nice not to have to? Um, I tell stylists coming in, I don't necessarily promise you clients because I don't think it would be right for me to say, listen, I can fill your book. You're going to be great. But what I do say is my website, bex+co website gets 30 to 40,000 hits a month. And these are all clients looking to have their hair done. And we've curated it so that it's about you. So when somebody clicks on a location, the first thing they get is a stylist bio. And it has everything you want to highlight about yourself. And it has all of your contact information. And if you want it, an online booking. And of course, we ask you, what do you want? How do you want clients to contact you? Do you want an online link? And if you do, we put it on there and we see stylists all the time get online bookings that they weren't expecting, or have somebody read their bio and go on their Instagram, which is linked, and reach out and set an appointment. So you get to use our reputation with 7 salons in Austin, our number of clients that are hitting our website regularly. The fact that when somebody Googles hair salons in Austin, they're going to get bex+co up at the top because we made our website so that that happened. Um, we've worked really hard to make sure that if you're coming in and need to build, we're going to give you the tools you need to do it. We're not going to do it for you. We're not going to just place clients on your book, but we're going to give you the resources you need to build your clientele. And one thing I love about bex+co clients is I find that for the most part, we have amazing clients. They're loyal. People know our reputation. They know that we're a luxury salon. They expect to pay, I don't wanna say a lot, but they know that we're very experienced stylists, so they're not scared of the prices. So we really like to bring you in and give you access to those amazing clients that we already have. So when I talk about other independent salons, I wanna make sure that I'm not, seeming catty or insulting or calling every salon but us toxic, because I want you to know that there are a lot of salon owners out there doing an amazing job. Even here in Austin, I hear about them all the time. I follow one on Instagram, and I wanna commend those owners for being amazing owners, and those aren't just independent salons. There are commission salons that are doing so good, that are so good to their workers, that offer insurance and 401ks. And if you have a salon like that, if you're an owner, if you're working for a salon like that, that's the direction we need to be going. But unfortunately, I hear a lot of stories from stylists that are leaving very toxic salons. Just recently, I had a stylist who I could feel their heaviness. I could feel like they just had boulders on their chest because they had left a commission salon that they had worked for years and years and years and built a clientele. And they were close with the owners and everybody who worked there. And when they decided to go independent, 10 years ago, they had signed a no compete. And even though those are in process of going out, they were told that they couldn't contact any clients, that they couldn't work anywhere. And they were terrified to go out and work. And I don't want that for anybody. And I don't want that to be the industry anymore. I think we need to move away from the fear of leaving the salon that we're I think that we deserve to be successful, even if we choose not to work at a particular salon. And so my goal is, even if it's you leaving bex+co, my goal is to create safe environments where stylists can choose to leave, choose to move, choose to work somewhere else, and not be fearful that we are gonna call other clients and offer them a discount to stay with us, or not release information that we have stored in our computer, or worse, what I've heard of, telling clients that you've moved out of state or you've disappeared or you're getting a divorce or whatever it might be, sharing personal information or untrue information, which I see a lot of. So it's really our goal to create these environments where we want to support you at bex+co, but we also want to support you even if you're somewhere else. And so this podcast was really to address this glam chat was really to address why us and not somewhere else? And what you need to ask if you are looking for a space to work for that claims to allow you to be an independent contractor or a business owner. And so ask these questions. Make sure you have 24-hour access. Make sure you collect your own money. Make sure you are responsible for your booking software and your schedule, unless they offer booking software, but that nobody else is in control of that schedule for you unless you allow them to be. These are all super important things. Reminder, please like and subscribe wherever you're watching. That really helps me out. It lets me know that you guys are seeing this and that you're enjoying it, and it encourages me to make more. I am so happy to share information. If you guys have anything that you want me to talk about, anything that you want to share with me, if you ever want to come on my podcast and tell your stories about salons you've been in or your experience at bex+co, um, I would love to have you. So I'm looking for podcast guests. So again, like and subscribe. Thank you for joining in today to Glam Chats, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye.